morning. It's January 30th. We're about over with the first month of the year. We haven't been doing a whole lot. It's been cold, and we've been getting a lot of snow this winter, so it's been pretty uneventful. Pretty much staying at home. We've been doing a few things around the shop. Well, I've been doing a few things, odds and ends. Not a whole lot to videos, so I just haven't bothered. But I figured I better just put something else out there. So. We're actually having a decent day today. It's a balmy -5 right now. But compared to the last couple of days where it's just been snowing, a lot of wind, and like negative the last couple of days. So I went on vacation too, like a week ago. I was gone for like a week, so I haven't been doing a whole lot, but I just got back from the tire shop. Dad's bringing the tractor. You can tell this tire's a little half worn out. Anyways, Dad's bringing the old blue tractor back. It needed a new steer tire. Luckily, we had an extra in our storage, and I don't know who piled all this snow here, because Dad piled all this snow here. Actually, I know who did it. So then when I went to push up this snow, well, now it started just piling here because I couldn't push his old pile because it froze down. So our yard's getting really small all of a sudden. It's not fun. But I have been doing a little project in the shop that helped speed up snow moving. I just tested it out yesterday, which is what you see all them piles from. Got the old hydro here, and I found me an old 10-foot silage blade that somebody else had on a loader tractor. I just had to convert it to my loader tractor. So we had to build some mounts, and it's not perfect, but nothing broke, and that's a plus. This thing is heavy. I mean, really, really heavy built. So I think the next thing I want to do is build some skids or something, just so I know I'm not getting into the dirt, and that way I can actually put some pressure down on it. Because right now the tractor kind of leans and makes it a little bit difficult, but it pushed snow really good. Just might need to add some weight to the ass end of this old tractor here. Here it comes. Now, we don't really use this tractor for much. It's kind of just like the auger tractor, and we do a little bit of stock chopping with it, but it's not a highly used tractor. And Boomer Dog here is still a pup. He don't really understand tractors very much, or vehicles. Just run right in front of him, huh, Boomer? You dummy. He's a big dog, but he's only 10 months old, so still a puppy. Autumn's getting to be 3 now. She don't like to play as much as this dummy, huh? I guess we're gonna see if we can find room in the shop. I kind of doubt it, though. We'll see. We didn't get any more snow, but yesterday and today, well, today's the wind's not too bad, and it finally warmed up, but yesterday the wind was really bad. You can see where it's been drifting on these north-south roads really bad. So we're gonna pull in here, see how all this is. Well, the driveway's not too bad. There's a little bit I can push up though. A little bit of drifting action going on here, but not terrible actually. Kind of surprised. The first things first, I want to do a little welding on that snow blade and see if I can make it a little bit easier to use. So first things first, I want to start the tractor up, and I'm just going to lift it up because I want to put some skids or something on the bottom of these, just on the corners of it, just to basically keep the blade off the ground, and that way it should just slide on those skis on the side. I'm going to call them skis. I'm not really sure what you call them, but that way it should keep it level, keep it off the ground, and I can put some pressure down. So we're going to do that real quick before we start pushing some snow. probably should have backed it up a little bit, but I wasn't thinking that far ahead. But I went ahead, I kind of tilted it to where I thought I wanted it to sit when it was on the ground. So then I just took some chalk and marked the bottom of it, just so I know like what angle I guess I need to put the skis on. Not that it makes a huge difference, but that's the idea. Well, I don't want it to be too big, so it don't like hang off of there a whole bunch. I just want it to be just low enough, like just a little bit, just to keep the blade off the ground. So I think I'm going to use some of this old bean cutting rod. It's all wore out anyways, but it's a solid square shaft. I think I'm just going to cut it 45s, so it's kind of like a skid, I guess. We'll just see what happens. Well, come to find out, my line's awfully close to square with this plate, so I guess we'll just go square with that plate. And it's one of those times you wish you had a third hand. Let's see. So we're going to MIG welders, this is why you learn how to stick weld. Because you got to burn through some dirt and some rust and grease and oil, and you just never know. 60-10. Burn through all that. Most times. And it leaves a pretty good weld. Now, I'm going to, let's go some 70-18 on top. A little added strength. Just so you know I'm not covering up because it looks shitty. Now if I was really getting after it, I'd put another 2 beads on top of that, but I'm thinking that's going to be just fine. What do you think? Yep. Just fine. Like I said, it's a bunch of scrap iron. Really, who cares? Now, here's the hard part, is repeating this. The first one's easy. The second one is trying to make it the exact same as this. So, we'll see what we do. Well, there you go. That was pretty easy. I need to tip it back just a little bit, but you can see now I've got just a little bit of space underneath the whole blade, and it's sitting flat, and I've got down pressure on it, so that's perfect. All right, well, let's see if we can push some snow with this thing. The other day I couldn't get any traction because of the ice underneath, so that might be a problem again. But we've got a little bit of a drift right away, right out of the door. So we'll see how that goes. Well, shit, I've been helping the neighbors out as much as I can, pushing all kinds of snow around with all the drifts from the wind, and heading back home finally. It's like, what time is it? It's 3:30. I haven't even eaten lunch, and I blew my steer tire at the top of that hill, so I just slid it all the way down here. And we're just parked here off the road. Thankfully, there's a spot here for me. Yeah, the old tire, she finally gave out. Looks like the inside sidewall gave out. She's pretty warm. Yep, she tore out. So I don't think I messed up the rim just because of the icy road, thankfully. So that is the nice thing about a loader, you can lift up your front end. But man, I had to switch back to the bucket. The snow plow works really good, but with the drifts and shit that we had, you gotta move it sometimes. So the bucket is where it's at. You gotta move some snow, and some of that stuff's so tall and heavy, I couldn't hardly push it. So I had to switch back to the bucket. Dad brought a tire over. Shit, look at that. I guess we'll see if we can make it to the shop. It's an old tire, so I'm not guaranteeing how long it's going to last, but it'll last a little bit. My tire blew out yesterday. It was getting late in the day and getting cold again, so everything was starting to freeze back up. So I just put it back in the shed, and we did put another tire on there. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but it'll last for a little bit while I can get a new tire on my original rim. That way, we got a spare tire. That's good to know. Anyway, so this morning I had to go to a funeral. That's why I'm semi-dressed up. And then right now I pushed a little bit of snow this morning, as you can see, a little bit before my camera fell over. And now I got the horse trailer on. It's got my snowmobile in the back, so I'm finally gonna take it back to my house, and we'll probably just leave it in the trailer. That way, throw the cover on the snowmobile and just leave it in the trailer. That's probably best. Let's see, what else? Oh, and I gotta haul some corn on Monday, so we'll probably put that in a different video. I don't know, we'll see.